guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new here, please do subscribe to the channel and join the family, and if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back again. Welcome to my new little spin on my normal plan with me videos. For the longest time, I really just sat down, planned like the basics and showed you guys on camera, and I never really like took you guys deep into like my actual plans, my goals, finances, you know, those other things. But I wanna share a little more with you guys than I normally do. Fingers crossed I'll be able to keep this up for the rest of the year. But yeah, from now on, instead of just like sitting here and planning and showing you guys what I plan to do, I actually want to take you guys with me in the process. And so I really hope you guys will enjoy this new style of videos that I'm going to be doing. I am still considering doing the live plan with me, where you guys can actually ask me questions and I can answer them and so forth and so forth. But the style I want to kind of take on now is we're going to review the previous month, see if I achieved my goals, how I achieved them, what worked, what didn't, what I did well at, what I didn't, and then we're going to plan for the new month, and then everything else will come after that. So I've split things into different categories and you'll see as we go. I apologize for the noise in the background. I really tried to just like film in between, but my neighbors are very inconsiderate. Yeah, the pump has been on the whole day. So obviously the first thing we're gonna do is to review our January. If you haven't watched my 2022 plan with me video where I did my vision board and showed you guys my plans for 2022, this is a good idea, this is a good time to go and watch that video, because a lot of things are going to make more sense and some things will not make sense if you haven't watched that video. So let's start right at the beginning. Let me show you guys my vision board. I have a very basic vision board. It's not like something that I take too deeply or too seriously. I don't believe in manifestation and all that. This is just something that it's just like my goals in visual representation, basically, just to remind me like what am I working towards and what am I trying to achieve. And so I had on here the Bible, which is supposed to reflect the spiritual aspect of life, and then I have food there, I have my body there, and I remember saying I use my own body for my body goals because I don't want to conform to, you know, standards that I don't know. You can't just like find someone on Instagram and be like, I want to look like them, because you don't even know what they've done to look like that. But I have what I feel like was the best version of me that I want to try to be like again. And then I put like a hospital setting there, I put furniture, the planner, and then the car. Let's start with the moods. I am so proud of myself when it comes to like my moods, because for the most part of January I was very thankful, feeling very good, feeling very happy, and just like, you know, thankful for life. This is like happiness, but not like yes I'm happy today type of happiness. It's like being content, being happy, being like just like I'm so thankful, I'm so good, like everything is fine, you know, type of vibes. And that's how I mostly was in January. And it's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's only 6 days out of 30 that I didn't, and I say out of 30 because today is the 30th, tomorrow hasn't come yet when you guys are seeing this. Obviously I have filmed this before so that you guys can have it on time. But with my moods, like there's one day that I was sad, and then the other days I was either okay or just like, yeah, not bad, not good, you know, I'm just like not there, but I obviously wasn't like beat down and out. So that I think would say I did very well. And then with my monthly habits, I definitely did my morning devotions and my morning skincare quite well, as well as to be positive, and my evening Bible study. Things that I didn't do at all was to track my calories. The reason I didn't track my calories was because I actually started the year with a Daniel fast, and so that was 21 days. And obviously when you're fasting, like what's the point of tracking your calories, right? The only reason I want to track my calories is because I am trying to hit my goal weight, which is to increase my weight, maybe like about 5 to 10 kgs maybe that I want to gain by the end of the year. This is not something that I'm giving myself like a deadline to do. This is just I want to get back to the weight I was, which is 5 kgs from where I am right now, and then gain another 5 on top of that. So I've never been the weight that I actually want to be, but currently my focus is to get back to where I was. I hope that makes sense. We didn't have coffee this month. The only day I put a dot here on the 12th of January because I was on a little trip and I had a coffee scrub put on my face. I don't know if that counts because what I don't want is to have coffee in my system at all. So I guess putting it on your face, it's gonna kind of get into your system. Obviously not as much as actually drinking it. So I just put a little dot there, but I didn't drink any coffee this month. Clap for me, yeah. I could definitely do a little better with working on my Instagram page, my The Stylish Mid brand, but for Flourish I did really well, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. And my YouTube as well, I think not so bad. Working out, I was definitely consistent. I went to the gym 3 to 4 times a day, with 3 to 4 times a week, which was my goal for January. I wanted to kind of like not, you know, kill myself by like going 6 days a week, but like get back into it and get my body used to, you know, that feeling again. And now I'm good. Like I'm back to like lifting the weights I was lifting before, and I'm actually hoping to increase that next month. So the things that I did well at in January was definitely like taking care of my health, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And then the things that I didn't do so great at was maybe just like working on my brand. I feel like I could have done a little better. And so when I do my plan for February, I obviously have to continue doing the good things and then change the things that I didn't do so great at, right? So I know I typically just show you guys my planning on my planner, which is actually my own design that I came up with. Flourish, if you'd like my planner, my 2022 planner pack is available, as well as many other different planners that you can use. I am using the 2022 planner pack. Everything that I need is in this planner, as well as my life and wellness planner. So those two, that's what I'm using. But I'm also just using my phone and my laptop, as well as just like an actual notebook that I have on here. I know I typically just show you guys what's on my iPad and go, but like I said, this month we're doing things a little differently, so I want to show you guys everything that I'm using for my planning. I also have like a random notepad here, which I use sometimes. It's actually just a prescription pad that I use to jot down stuff quickly. So on my iPad, I have like only like the important big things that I need to know. I don't like having everything on this little calendar. I actually have my Google Calendar for that, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But currently the only things I have are like my rent due next week, as well as my friend's birthday coming up towards the end of the month. And then my goals for this month are to be consistent with working out, read more and pray more, be happy and be positive, my upcoming dates, and then these are like my top 5 to do things for this month. Before I actually get deep into my planning, I do like a big to-do list of every single thing that I want to get done in February. This is just like everything on one page, so I can see it there, and then I take from that. That's when I know what I want to incorporate into my habit tracker, what I want to incorporate into like, you know, weekly to-dos and so forth and so forth. And this is an ongoing list, so even though it looks like half filled now, by the end of the month it's actually going to be full and like overflowing. But I have basically like the to list. So I have on the one side my personal stuff, which is just like everything really. I don't want to like branch into like health, fitness, or like grooming and whatnot, because that's just too daunting for me. So I just have it like personal, so whether it's like my devotions, my fitness, going to the gym, reading a book, doing my hair, clothes, whatever, that is all personal stuff. And then professional or business is everything which is not personal. Well, it is personal, but like everything else which is like work, as well as like my YouTube, my brand, my Instagram, even like all of that, I just term it under business, because again, that is like where my money comes from, right? And so my priorities for this month are my relationship with God, making money, as well as my fitness and health. And so the next thing that I want us to do is to actually go into my budget. January was a month of spending. Yo, I have never spent the amount of money that I spent in January, and I'm actually going to be starting February in debt. I hate that, but you know what, it's fine. It's all for a good cause. So the next thing that I want to do is do my financial plan overview. It's not really a plan, but I need to know where my money is gonna go planned, like where my money is planned to go this month, and then obviously where I'm planning on getting money from as well, because that's important, right? At the end of the month, I want to see, okay, this is what I had planned to spend money on, and this is how much I actually spent, and I hadn't planned on spending money on this, but I also spent this and that, right? So it's important to do this. Let's talk about this before you guys think that people are gonna come and grab my passport and whatever. It's really not that deep. I really just owe my sister money, as well as a friend who lent me money that I needed. It's really expensive to do your registration and licensing here as a foreigner, as well as being a foreigner who's not getting paid. And like, you know, December and January is a very tricky time, especially if you're working with brands, because they delay payments. So I did need kind of like an advance, if that makes any sense. I should be able to pay that back within the next couple of days, 2 weeks. But anyway, so that aside, I have fixed expenses. So in Tanzania, you pay your rent depending on your landlord, either every 3 months or 6 months. I haven't met a person who pays like monthly. So my landlord wants his rent every 6 months, although obviously sometimes you can always negotiate with him some kind of payment plan. They're usually quite understanding. So for me, my 6 months, I need to pay that this month, and that's how much I need to pay. My electricity, this is very not fixed. I spent a lot of money on electricity in January because I was at home the whole time. In previous months, obviously I'm at work most of the time. I only come home at night, and the only thing I use really is like the fridge and maybe the AC here and there. My water bill, water here is quite cheap, I would say. It's only this, it's usually like about 9,000, but it's only this month, it's only this much because I actually forgot to pay it last month. But anyway, then my phone bill, this is actually probably going to be more depending on how much stuff I'm doing online. And I was previously using Wi-Fi, which I stopped using. I don't even know where the modem is at the moment. So I really just been using my phone and hotspotting it, and that's why my phone is that much. And then the gym that I go to, I actually pay daily, but if I was to pay for the month, it would be that much. And then I actually did find a gardener last week, and we had a talk about what I wanted to do in the yard, and we agreed on a price. We'll talk about that later on. And then other expenses that I have, obviously like groceries. You can't really put an exact number of groceries, transport. My hair, I haven't decided what I want to do, so I can't put that yet. My house project, this is essentially like the furnishing and decorating that I plan on starting to do this month. My garden project, because I already spoke to the gardener and he came last week and saw the place and gave me his plan. I already know how much that is gonna be, and so this includes like the grass, the plants, and the tools that he told me I must get. Yeah, and this, I think I'm gonna talk to the landlord and see if we can actually share this cost, because obviously this is not my house, and when I leave I'm gonna take my grass and my flowers and my trees with me, right? So we can, I don't know, we're gonna navigate and see how we can do it. Even if he pays like a quarter, obviously like my tools I will take with me when I leave, if I move. Obviously if I'm leaving the country, then I'm gonna leave them here, and then I would like my money back, right? Yeah guys, every cent counts, okay? Yes, I'm being very brutal, like each and every penny counts. And then miscellaneous is just like those things where like maybe someone calls you, let's go for lunch, and then, you know, there's that. And then incoming, so I currently have 1 2 3 4 5 main streams of income. And one thing that's very annoying about doing my budgeting, and probably why I never bothered to share with you guys, is because I receive money from different places in different currencies. So like Flourish rands are coming, my YouTube USDs are coming. Here it's Tanzania shillings, and I have to also make payments in, I forgot another fixed expense I forgot here is actually my web hosting and domain. But yeah, the other 3 sources of income are obviously censored because I don't want y'all to know everything, okay? We said baby steps, right? So yeah, this is essentially how I do my finances. So when I have this, I can kind of like, when I get my money, I can divide it to say, okay, this is gonna go there and this is gonna go there. So obviously once like all the debts that I'm starting with are paid off, the next thing that I need to start sorting out is my house project and my garden project. And so essentially all the little extra, I'm obviously going to be like doing savings. I haven't decided how much I want to be saving yet per month this year. So that's my expenses and my budgeting done essentially. Yeah, so the next thing that we're going to do is my content plan while we're still on the laptop, because my content plan is on Google Calendar. So So in terms of content, I plan to continue posting a video once a week, every Thursday. I'm back to Thursdays. I can't do this weekend posting. I really can't, because my weekends are very unpredictable, but at least I know my weekdays are very predictable. And so I'll be posting every Thursday, but if there's another video that I want to post during the week, there's nothing stopping me from doing that, probably on a Monday or a Tuesday. And then I also plan to post a short every Monday. A lot of people think shorts don't work or they don't get views, which is somewhat true, because my shorts generally get less views than my actual videos. But you know what, it's fun. We're gonna keep putting them. I just want to keep trying it and see if it's really like a waste of time. But it's not a waste of time, it's just like a 15-second video, right? So yeah, I want to keep doing that. And then my flourish, so in terms of flourish content, this year I really wanted to be consistent with flourish. Part of the reason that I didn't do so well with my brand last year was because I was very busy. I had a whole content plan up to like April that was planned like in November 2020, and then I never got to execute that plan because I was just I didn't start in time. So this time I made sure. So right now I have all my feed posts set and done and created until May. Yeah, until May. And then my stories are what I need to do. And the reason that I created my feed content is because you guys know, if you guys have followed me on if you guys follow my if you don't follow my page, do go and follow it, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. So it's very important that my feed it continues looking good, and so it's very easy for me to keep up with my feed if I do it in advance, and that's how I get it to look like that. In case you're wondering, I use Photoshop to do my flourish content. And then the stories, I didn't really want to do those too long in advance, because it's very possible that I might wake up in March and think, oh, I hate these posts, I'm not posting that, and then all my time would have gone to waste. And then in terms of the stylish made, like the Instagram page, I haven't created anything for that page in advance, and I really need to do better. The only time I took pictures was when I went on my little staycation, vacation, little holiday break, little trip thing that I went on, and I'm actually posting that video this week, so do stay tuned for that. But yeah, so my content plan is done, and I think now, since we know everything that we need to do, we can move on to habits. So with your habits, now that you know like what you want to achieve this month, your to-do list and your goals are set for the month, your priorities are set for the month, it's very easy to then it's very easy but very important, right, to then go and build habits centered around those things that are going to help you to achieve those goals. So my habit tracker is all set. These are the things I have put into my habit tracker that will help me achieve the goals and the to-do list that I've set for myself. So if you watched my 2022 planning video, you know that I've cut off red meat. I started the year with a dino fast, and so it was very tricky for me to like eat properly in the month of January. But February now is all about eating properly. I want to increase like vegetables and reduce meat. I've already cut off red meat. I'm going to be having chicken and fish only for now, until I can eventually get to a point where I can say, okay, I've cut off meat completely. So it's also important for me then to have like a proper meal plan, and that's why I have it in my to-do list, to create a meal plan that actually has like the calories, so I know. Because it's one thing to be telling yourself, oh, I eat healthy, I eat vegetables and this, but like you're actually lacking calories and lacking all the other food groups. So I think that's that in terms of like health and fitness. But then in terms of like mental and spiritual health as well, I want to read more of my Bible. I've been doing really well with like doing my devotions, but I also want to read more. Like I want to just focus, instead of just like doing devotions alone, I want to like focus on reading like proper chapters of the Bible, and be able to like memorize scripture and stuff. And then I also want to read like biblical books. So there's 2 books that I've actually been reading since the end of last year that I want to finish this month. In January I kind of like slacked off with my reading. I was doing more like sermons and stuff, but this month I want to do less sermons and more reading for myself. So I want to finish reading The Great Controversy, and I want to finish reading Counsels on Diet and Health. If you guys want these books, I do have them. Let me know and I'll be sure to get them to you. Want to work out. This time we're going from 3 to 4 times to 4 to 5 times a week. Increase my water intake. This is something that's new. Work on YouTube, flourish the stylish med brand, that is still there. Be positive, have all meals are still there. And then evening skincare and evening Bible study. So there's very few actual changes there. And then my mood tracker, I've I've added annoyed because there were days where I wasn't really okay, but I wasn't mad, but I wasn't sad, and I think annoyed was the better term, so I've put annoyed there, and then we're gonna track that and see for them. Oh, I didn't write the month. For the month of February. Forgive my ugly handwriting, you guys. And so when it comes to my fitness tracker, I haven't weighed myself, so I haven't bothered to put anything there. I need to go weigh myself tomorrow when I go to the gym, which is actually the last day of the month. But I went today. This is the 30th. Tomorrow's the 31st. So I went today. I'm going tomorrow. Typically wasn't going on Mondays. I was actually just going Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. But I want to switch that up this month. I want to go this week for the next 5 days. And then I'm not going to go on Friday and Saturday. I'm going to be going every Sunday for sure, because on Sundays it's just like a chilled day. It's empty, and you know, it's just like chilled vibes, and I'm really only doing abs on Sundays anyway, so that's fine. So yeah, I have some days where it's 4, some days where it's 5, and I think that is okay for me. Yeah, I haven't done my monthly meal plan yet because I haven't gotten my groceries. So this is my grocery list. I don't need much. I don't think this is an extensive list. This is just what I need, what I don't have in my house right now. So this is food items, and then things that are not food. Yeah. And then my gratitude journal and my prayer journal I'll actually do when I get into bed tonight. So I think we're done for the month of February. And my loves, that was my monthly reset, planning, organizational, thought-boggling, whatever little thing you want to call it. So let me know if you guys like the style more, where I actually show you guys how I'm doing things and why, rather than where I just sit and plan and then tell you like the basics. Let me know if you appreciated me showing you guys actual like plans and sharing a little more personal information that I normally do. Let me know if there's any things you'd like me to expand on and talk more about in depth in other videos that can be more detailed. Other than that, I hope you guys have a blessed and productive February. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, turn on your post notifications so you never miss a video from me, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.